Curses. These cubes is what you get if you give magic a copious amount of steroids, having a lot of destructive power, seeing you and Julian smack and one-shot the main character by just flying straight into us. Anyway, a few things to point out before we get started today. This is the positives and negatives of being a curse user. First and most obvious, they have a significant edge on fighting non-curse users, because as I said, curses are just the arcane versus steroids. Second is that becoming immortal and can't be killed under normal circumstances. But these negatives is that even if you touch water, you just violently explode. Don't ask why, I guess VTech needed a way to make curses not just an instant win button. This means curses and PvP heads have a thing in common, that they can't take showers or they violently explode. There's also different types of curses, one of them being experimental curses. These curses are the result of God's experiments with the power of creation, because they were bored. The curses only operate through spirit energy. Next we got elemental curses. These are pretty self-explanatory. These curses are pure forms of magic energy formed into a cube shape. Examples of these are your fire curses, water curses, lightning curses, etc. Next we got the grand fire curses. These curses are specifically made by Prometheus to defeat Arthur Cursebeard. Imagine being so OP that the god that created magic in the first place makes curses just to spite you. I'll get into these curses later on. Next we got super curses, which are the curses merged together. Only person who managed to pull this off her feet without exploding is Arthur Cursebeard. I don't know if it has any edges over others, just being to wield multiple curses at once. Now that that's out of the way, it's time to get into the actual curses. I'll be going through every curse I know of and ranking them based on how destructive and powerful they are. First, we got the Absorption Curse. If you watched my last video, I explained how Durza got it. But if you didn't watch it, Durza got the curse by finding it in the deep forest. Later, after the events of Arcane Adventures, the Peacekeeper obtained the curse and still has it to this day. Their whereabouts are unknown, but they're trying to find Hades, the god of the underworld. Next is the Fire Curse, owned by Rupin the Crimson Demon. Just like the other elemental curses, it allows the user to conjure and transform into fire at will. The way they got to guarding the Fire Curse, eventually it was absorbed by him. Next is the Magma Curse, owned by Tringle the Volcano. Just like the Fire Curse, they conjure and transform into the element at will. Tringle obtained it by stealing it from the one-shot pirates in the Old Sea. Next is the Light Curse. I need to explain what it does. It's the Magma and Fire Curses, but Avril owned it, currently on the brink of death in the 4th Sea, with the help of Peacekeeper, whilst raiding the Wealthy Castle. Next is the Lazarus Curse, which has the ability to revive the user upon death, giving them with a boost of physical strength. The more deaths, the less likely it is for him to revive. This curse was absorbed as a gift from the Greek gods 2000 years ago. Next is the Shockwave Curse, given to the user the ability to release and manipulate shockwaves to their own will. The user of the Grand Ivy had more Valencia of the Arcane Government, being the leader and founder of the government protecting the 7 seas. The dimension of the absorption is unknown. Arson, the Ash Curse user. Working like the Light of Fire curses, they could conjure and transform into ash at will. The absorption method was likely because of the death of Prometheus by Cursebeard. It became a death from Cursebeard to Arson. Next is the main man, Cursebeard, who absorbed 3 curses, that being the Blaze Curse, the Tide Curse, and the Energy Curse. The Blaze Curse is the curse that allows the user to transform or conjure superheated lightning bolts, great at piercing things. The Tide Curse allows the user to control oceans, and at will is very good for someone who will violently explode with touching seawater. And the Energy Curse, allowing the user to manipulate energy and provide the ability to never run out of magic energy nor stamina, all obtained from facing Prometheus, who made the sea curses. Next is, you know what? There are many curses that work the same, so I'm just going to put them in the same area. So here it goes. Lightning Round. Explosion Curse, owned by Durza but stolen after being defeated. Lightning Curse, owned by Durza but defeated and somehow obtained by one of Vulcan's sons that I will get into later. Metal Curse, not known who has it, but the user was killed in a duel on an arena that they constructed by them. The curse also flung into a volcano. Next is the Acid Curse, owned by Commander Ernest of the One-Shot Pirates. Unknown how he got it, but Durza defeated and stole Ernest's curse. Then the Peacekeeper stole it from Durza 3 years later. Last but certainly not least, the Sand Curse, owned by Ramses I, the second, and then stolen by Durza. Last curse of the Arcane Adventures. Aetherwood Flame Curse. The weakest of the 3 Grand Fire Curses which can conjure or transform into infernally hot blinding light at will. Was owned by Morok Creed and absorbed under unknown circumstances. Now for Arcane Odyssey curses so far. So first off we got the Cloud Curse, owned by Buringer, and shortly killed after by the Order of Aether after just medium. Anyway, the curses were absorbed under unknown circumstances, stolen by the Order of Aether using the Devourer, and later killing and getting away with the location of the Death Curse, being able to conjure and transform into clouds. Within the same category being the Glass Curse, owned by General Julian, being able to transform into glass at will, absorbed under unknown circumstances. Also is still alive after fighting Morden, but due to Morden's curse, Julian is badly wounded. Speaking of, next is the Death Curse, owned by Morden, allowing the user to conjure into a black teal shadow-like substance that can rapidly decay. It can also kill those weaker than him and harm those equal level as the user, absorbed by taking the curse from the location behind the Pelion Rift before King Kavus can get to it. Next is the Growth Curse, used by Randall, with the user being able to increase the size of the user as well as grow any kind of plants or wood absorbed under unknown circumstances. Next is the Apocalypse Bringer, owned by Neo Caesar. The user being able to transform into highly unstable teal magic that can cause explosions and other destructive effects it possesses. Absorbed under unknown circumstances, Neo used the curse to destroy Wintervale. The curse was then likely taken by the Grand Navy and arrested him for his war crimes. Next is the Darkness Curse, being able to be used by Kelissa Boris, allowing the user to conjure and manipulate and transform into dark red and black energy at will, absorbed by Boris under unknown circumstances, then passed down to Neville Boris and stated in the Neville Journal. The power has not seemed to be awakened yet, but only time can tell. Next is the Wave Curse, used by General Ziax, allowing the user to conjure and transform into strange blue waves that drain magic energy. Absorbed by General Ziax under unknown circumstances and killed in the Battle of Cassia Town by every Walker of the Throne Empire. The whereabouts of the curses are currently unknown. Speaking of, we got the Slash Curse, used by Avery Walker, which allows the user to control, manipulate, and transform into bright green energy, reminiscent of the wind that can slash through anything. Absorbed under unknown circumstances, and after winning against General Ziax, he survived, and his current location is unknown. Next is the Sun Curse, used by Empress Nelia, which allows you to manipulate the flaming rays of the sun. Absorbed under unknown circumstances, but she did say she got the curse at a very young age. Next is the Storm Curse, used by General Akeem, which allows the user to manipulate and wrath of the storm, controlling tornadoes, heavy winds, and lightning. Absorbed as a gift of Nelia under overthrowing the Stormgale Kingdom. It was obtained by using the Devourer on his previous user, Queen Cornelia. Next is the Wood Curse, used by Wotan the Conqueror, allowing the user to transform, create, and manipulate wood. Wotan used this curse to construct a fenrir with minimal cost, absorbed under unknown circumstances. The next 4 were pretty similar to each other, being able to conjure and transform into respective elements. First is Baldur, the Aether Curse user. Next is Jarson, the Lunar Curse user. Next is Tiraz, the user of the Frost Metal Curse. And finally Donar, the user of the Lightning Curse. All absorbed under unknown circumstances. Finally we got the Infernal Curse, used by Warwood, which allows the user to conjure into blue fire that's hotter than any type of fire in their existence, being one of the Grand Fire Curses and absorbed under unknown circumstances. That's it for this video. This one was longer than the others. I hope you enjoyed something. I don't know. See ya.